Who here is a sales leader, runs a department, runs a product? Okay. Who here is in marketing or is a line manager? Okay. And then what about reps? Anybody quota-carrying reps here? Okay, good. So we know who we're talking to. First person I want to introduce. This man here, Ken Krogue. Ken Krogue is the president of InsideSales.com, but I'm sure you already know all of this. So here's what I want you to do. There's a fun fact here. The fun fact is this is the first event Ken's done, or going to be doing, since being in a 55-mile-an-hour head-on collision. So that's the fun fact. So I want everybody to stand up and give him a round of applause for just being here.
Thank you. Yeah. Look at that. A standing ovation. All right.
Next, you all know Koka Sexton. Koka Sexton is the king of social selling. And the fun fact with Koka is, let's just think about this for a second. His fingerprints all over 340 million people on LinkedIn.
400.
And he is a licensed private investigator. Yes, so that is like he's the ultimate stalker. Okay?
It's true.
And finally, Jill Rowley. Jill Rowley is the queen of social selling. And the fun fact here about Jill, small town person like myself, Jill used to ride around in an old beat up Datsun and with roll bars, cowboy boots. How country are you?
Big tires. Almost as big as my hair.
Fantastic. So we'll sit down, everybody, for the panel. So here's what we want to do for this event. What we want to do is separate it macro to micro. So the reason I asked everybody, what is your role? The first series of questions is for anyone that runs a business, chief revenue officer, chief sales officer, runs a business unit. These are going to be very high-level questions. Then the next round, for marketers, for line managers, we want to get tactical into measurement. And then finally, questions for the audience around, questions from the audience as well, but also for sales professionals, quota-carrying sales professionals. We want tactics, things you can walk away with. So the first question, and we're going to start this off with Ken here. And one of the challenges here, and Ken runs a very large organization, and for so many large organizations, social selling isn't a priority yet. Perhaps in tech companies in the Valley, but in Middle America, in Europe, and in Asia, it's just not there yet. So as a business owner, why has this not become an utmost top 3 priority going into 2016?
You know, I think the biggest issue is the leaders themselves don't know how to do it. And I look at Josh James, our CEO, Dave Elkington, they know it pretty well, so they have found the power behind it. And it's still a challenge for leadership to really buy in, and in a lot of areas. Now, in some companies are just killing it, and they find the leverage that happens when the executive team gets behind it. We're all pretty busy at that level, so we got people helping us quite often. And when that happens, it just takes off. But there's entire segments of industry that haven't even found it yet. The high tech, I think, is the poster child of the social selling world because the leadership is pretty bought in.
Mm-hmm. And you've been shaping the social selling market. You have executives following your content, but that's a small segment of the market. Why is it, to reframe that question, why are senior executives, Middle America, Europe, Asia, just not bought in yet?
Well, I kind of want to just go off of what Ken said. I think it's the leadership. I think that with the ability for a sales leader, somebody who's been doing this for 10, 15 plus 20 years, they have a really hard time wrapping their head around social first as a concept.